Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
That makes sense.
So today I'm here to review one of my more anticipated films for this summer. It was based on an original short film that was on the internet a couple of years back by Patrick Jean, and it involved a whole bunch of classic video game characters taking over New York City and pixelating it. So, of course, you all know that I'm talking about the, surprisingly enough, Henry Jackman scored and Chris Columbus directed Pixels, starring Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Josh Gad, Michelle Moynihan, and Peter Dinklage. Yes, Tyrion Lannister himself is even in this movie. It's the story of a time capsule that was sent up to space in 1982 to communicate with life by showing them what our video games technology was like. And apparently an alien race got the wrong message and they thought that this was an act of war, so they send video game characters down to Earth to attack us, and we have to battle them in a video game style. This had all the makings of an excellent movie for the summer, and it ended up being one of the worst movies that I have seen this year. Now, granted, I can't deny the fact that it was entertaining. I did actually laugh at a few jokes, I did enjoy the premise, and I did think that the special effects and all those retro video game characters being portrayed in the way that they were in Pixels were no less than impressive and fun to watch. I also loved all of the 80s songs that were featured in the movie, as well as a lot of throwbacks to old 80s nostalgia, because as an 80s child, you eat that up with a spoon. But my god, in regards to everything else, the plot was very weak, the characters were horrible, and the worst part is, it stars Adam Sandler. Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore are two of my all-time favorite comedies. To try and figure out which one is better is like trying to choose between my children. He has gone so far down in regards to his acting and his comedic timing, it's not even funny. There was only one joke in this movie that I truly thought that was funny, and all it was a classic Adam Sandler style joke that was played upon from the movie Happy Gilmore, and it was just done at the right moment. I don't know what the heck Kevin James thinks he is, because he's definitely not one of the best comedians out there. The King of Queens is over, and he really hasn't done anything comedical to me since the movie Hitch with Will Smith, and that was a long time ago. And in this movie, he plays the frickin' President of the United States. I would have actually thought that having Peter Dinklage as the President would have been more believable than Kevin James, but he played this slack-jawed yahoo that nobody liked. Well, maybe that's true in a sense, because nobody cares for political figures these days. I didn't appreciate his character at all. Josh Gad was so underused and so wrongfully used. He is not that kind of person. This is the guy that you want to see in movies like Frozen, and I'm really excited to see him as LeFou in Beauty and the Beast. And for the love of God, please let there be a Book of Mormon movie and star him and the rest of the original cast, because that would just be fantastic. And Peter Dinklage, my God, man. Out of all the projects that you could have joined, why did you join this one? You were amazing in X-Men Days of Future Past, but you had no reason to be in this movie. Maybe you just needed a break from the overall drama that you were doing in Game of Thrones, but guys, this movie is not as good as I thought it would be. But it is not as bad as the rest of the YouTube community made it out to be, because again, I did have fun with it, but the part that really upset me was how much I had to pay to see this movie. It was the only way that I could get to see this movie with some friends that I hadn't seen in a while, and I ended up having to spend almost $20 to see this movie in 3D, because it was the only decent time where all my friends could get together and see this movie on a weeknight. The special effects and the video game nostalgia makes it worth seeing on the big screen to an extent, but as a whole, this movie is dreadful. I'm not going to give it such a harsh rating. I'm actually giving it 2 out of 4, because the video game element of the movie and the potential that this movie had with the story that was very well thought out. I just wish that they could have done so much more with it, because I feel that that plot and those characters really could have made this movie a fantastic summer blockbuster, but it fell way, way short. So that's it, everybody. I appreciate the fact that you watched today. Please put your comments in the box and we can have a discussion. And I am the Lawn Gnome. I'll see you in the next one, and actions speak louder than words.